Greetings and salutations. We're back. So, I'm here. We'll just hang out a little bit and hopefully people will join in the fun. If not, then I'll record this and whatnot. So, live chat is going. If you want to join in the chat, um, reaction video suggestions, all of that, gladly take it there. I've got my paper and pen all ready and at the go for that. We're going to talk about a bunch of stuff here. My podcasts, what I'm going to do with them, the reaction channel, new releases, lots of those this week. What other goodies do we have going on? Some relationship stuff. So, with all that said, we will with all that said, where do we start? First off, the reaction channel. Thank you for the Gaunarius suggestion. Amazing band. Absolutely love them. Going to be doing a ton of those. Jasmine LeMay has sent over a bunch of new artists, so we're going to be working on the videos for her. We're going to be doing some more Veil of Maya. We're going to be doing some local stuff that I have planned. We're going to be doing some hip hop stuff as well. So, those are all coming on the reaction channel. We are going to get the second channel set up. The second channel, I haven't really chosen a name for it yet, but it is essentially going to be food, drink reactions. It is going to be cooking with the music god. It is going to be recipes and all kinds of randomness. We are going to have the little one taking part with us, along with my oldest, or one of my oldest. So it's going to be a family channel. So we're going to have to be a lot more careful with what we say on that channel. It's going to be family friendly. So hopefully you will join us in the fun. Again, suggestions if there's not a big shot, bro, not at all, but thank you for joining. On the other channel, like I said, food is going to be a lot of food and drink reactions and other goofy stuff. So we're going to be trying new flavors of soda. We're going to be trying different chips from overseas, candies, and other random stuff. All my cooking stuff that I do, cooking with the music god, and my what I call broke ass recipes. So that channel, again, family friendly for that one. So if there's suggestions, if there's some wild thing that you found in your travels, hey, you got to try this pickle, you got to try this soda, you got to try this chip, you got to try this, or this. Again, you're going to be able to go to that channel and suggest it, and we will work on that. On the music front, let me talk about the podcast. If you don't know, I have two podcasts. I have one called The Noise Report, which is where I interview people and we talk all kinds of crazy stuff. And I have a second one called The Racket Bracket, where we do bracket style things of complete stupidity and randomness. We're going to combine those into one podcast and kind of alternate weeks of doing them, because I've done internet radio, live internet radio for 10 years, and I haven't done it in a while. And yes, I seen Verner's is coming out with the Black Cherry, and trust me, as soon as I get my hands on it, um, it will go right along with this bad boy. I am absolutely obsessed with this Mountain Dew thrashed apple that is only available at Kroger, so it's kind of a pain in the ass to always have to go get it at Kroger. But that one, the Mountain Dew Spark, um, also the mango, Mountain Dew mango. I'm obsessed with that one. I drink way more soda than I really should, and that's kind of bad, but is what it is. But going back to the podcast thing, we're going to combine the podcast into one. We're going to rebrand them. We're going to just start over from scratch. Yes, dude, tell me that mango is not fucking just, oh my God. I love the mango Pepsi, but the mango Mountain Dew is just, dude, it's so fucking good, man. It's just like, it's the perfect balance of everything in his soda, man. And I was like, dude, you need to make that full time. Yeah, I'm with you. Like the mango, yeah, that's fucking quality. With the podcast, though, we're going to rebrand it. We're going to start it from scratch, zero. We're going to completely redesign the website, everything, just from scratch. Just a complete reboot, because I'm going back to doing a live radio show. It is going to be punk and metal. It's going to be the, I guess, the audio side of the reaction channel. It is where I'm going to play you all of the crazy shit that I love. I'm going to play bands that I react to, but I'm also going to play punk stuff that I grew up with. I'm going to play metal stuff that I grew up with, bands that I'm obsessed with that I normally wouldn't do a reaction video for. Bands like the Wild Hearts, bands like Evergrey, bands like Hanoi Rocks, Michael Monroe, bands like Murphy's Law and Agnostic Front, Dirty Rotten Imbeciles. You're going to get Patty and the Rats. You're going to get Flogging Molly. You're going to get Exodus, Agent Orange. You're going to get just a whole ton of music. So it's going to be an actual, if you were to turn on radio, it is going to be me and a DJ and playing you shit tons of music. They're going to be it's going to be a 1 hour show. It'll be weekly, new show every week. And we're just going to go crazy with it, man. There is going to be loud, bold, obnoxious. I haven't decided on a name for it yet, but it's going to be in typical style of what I do. So, as you see, skulls, blood, fire, bigger, louder, faster. So, got a few ideas. We're going to kick them around over the next week. We're going to see what shakes out. But, I'm going to shop it around. I'm going to try to find a home for it where people can listen to it. If I can't find an internet radio station that will carry the show, I'll just go straight podcast style, I guess, and just release it weekly on either Mixcloud or whatever. But either way, that is coming soon. So you're going to see the video me. You're going to hear the audio me. You're going to hear yeah, and I'm going to play that. That's going to be a thing. Like one of the things I do with my radio show, and the reason I wanted to talk about it, is I tend to do shows that are kind of themed. So, for example, one of my radio shows will be Women That Rock. The Warning, Hailstorm, Nightwish, Romantic Rebel, Subway Sally, or not Subway Sally, Smash Gladys with Sally Cato, Vixen, Soraya, all the Doro Pesh, just a show with nothing but female rockers. You may get the Swedish Invasion show where it's all Swedish hard rock bands. You may get, Thrasher-Piece Theater is one that I used to do a lot. Thrasher-Piece Theater was where I did an entire show of all of the great thrash records that I love. Bands like Cyclone Temple, songs from Sound of White Noise by Anthrax, bands like Chrysix, bands like Exodus, Death Angel, Dark Angel, Voivod, Nuclear Assault, Fatal Design, all of those bands, FKU. So, yeah, definitely will hear The Warning on my audio show. I am going to do more videos as well. But again, dude, it's a female metal band called, what is it? Hawks. Let me write that down. HAWXX. I got that right? HAWXX. Yes. Nervosa. Or not Nervosa. Crypta. If you haven't heard Crypta, bro, Crypta are just rip your face off. Nasty. All female thrash. They used to be Nervosa. Nervosa kind of splintered. Fernanda, Lima, and 3 of the 4 members that were Nervosa kind of became Crypta. The other member of Nervosa left Brazil, went to Spain, and reformed Nervosa with a new lineup that I don't like. But yeah, Crypta is, dude. I interviewed them when they were Nervosa, and Fernanda is just, I love her to death. She is an absolute fucking beast, man. Like, one of those bands that when I need to break shit, when I'm angry, when I just and I want to fucking kill something, Crypta is at the top of that list, man. Creator is up there. The Haunted, At the Gates. Those are the bands that are my go-to. Battlecross is another one. Being from Michigan, I don't know if you know who Battlecross is, but Battlecross is another band that just, crush your skull heavy. Devil Driver is one. So, you know what I'm talking about. But all of those bands. So again, the radio show is going to be kind of themed, but it's going to be all rock and metal and punk. Not really going to get into the hip hop thing on there much. I'm not going to get into the country thing on there much like I've done before. When I did it before, it was just kind of free format, and I played just everything under the sun. So I was literally playing The Cure, Blue October, and Slayer all in the same music block. And then I'd play Charlie Daniels with, you know, Murphy's Law, and people were just confused by it because they didn't know what to expect. So, yeah, yeah. I haven't heard I Prevail stuff yet, um, but I like I Prevail, so I'm sure I'll dig it. Um, the thing about today's country is this: when I say country music, I am not talking what most people consider country. So, for example, if I do a country themed week, you will not hear Florida Georgia Line. You will not hear Luke Combs. You will not hear Sam Hunt or any of the bullshit that country radio is shoving down your throat or trying to shove up your you know what. Um, I'm talking red dirt stuff. I'm talking Texas stuff. I'm talking, when I say country, I'm talking Kevin Fowler. I'm talking Aaron Watson. I'm talking um, Ray Wiley Hubbard. Um, I'm talking Cross Canadian Ragweed. Um, I'm talking Sturgill Simpson. I'm talking, you know, I'm talking honky tonk style. And even going back, I'll play George Strait. I'll play um, old Alan Jackson and Randy Travis. I promise you, if I do a country theme show, you are going to get country music. Okay. There will be no question. It will not be country pop. It will not be pop music with some country guitars on it. Um, it will be good old fashioned, authentic country music. So, um, dude, I seen in 2007, I was living in Poplar Bluff, Arkansas, and we seen Cross Canadian Ragweed open for Gary Allan, and just a fucking phenomenal show. Cody came out and just put on a clinic, man. I love Cody. Cody Canada is the dude is brilliant, and his kids actually have a band now, and they're really phenomenal. But Gary Allan is another one. If you've ever listened to Gary Allan, Gary is honky tonk to his heart. So you'll hear Gary Allan, you'll hear Colin Ray, you'll hear, um, it's like anything I do. I'm not gonna blow smoke up your ass. Um, if I do a hip hop theme show, you're not gonna hear Eminem. You're not gonna hear Nicki Minaj. You're not gonna hear Juice World. You're not gonna hear any of that bullshit. If I do a hip hop show, you're getting Mercules, you're getting Chris Webby, you're getting Vinny Paz, you're getting KSR1, you're getting Public Enemy, you're getting Roz Cass and Chino XL, and you're getting the real authentic lyrical cats that oh, I love Gary Allan, bro. You know. Um I'll tell you a story about Gary Allan. It's during that show, me and my stepfather at the time were working to help set up the stage and all of that. And I went outside to get some stuff to bring in, and Cody come walking through the arena barefoot with shorts and a tank top. You look like he just come off the beach, and he was kind of like, "Hey, dude." I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Can we clear this out, man?" He's like, "We're getting ready to, all come in, and we don't want to like sign autographs and all that right now. We need to do sound check. And I was like, yeah, we'll clear it out. And we kind of got everyone away from the backstage area that were waiting, and Cross Canadian come in, and then Gary came in. And as Gary was walking through, he stopped and he's like, hey, do you play golf? And I was like, not very well. And he's like, well, he's like, you want to go play golf? And I was like, okay. So we ended up going and playing golf with Gary. And Gary's a really good golfer. Now, in the process of that, when he performed that night, he dedicated a song to us. Unbeknownst to him, because I'm a veteran and everything that happened, he dedicated the song Tough Little Boys. Tough Little Boys is the one Gary song that I can't listen to because I cry horrible, horrible tears. Tough Little Boys shakes me to my core. And even now, when he said what he said and launched into that song, I stood there and I cried harder than I probably have ever cried, other than when my daughter died. And it was so, I'm trying not to cry now because just thinking about it, but Gary's very personal to me, bro. So huge kudos. Yes, I am a vet. I am absolutely a vet. Yes. I was 88 Mike. I was a truck driver for the Missouri National Guard during the time I lived down there. So, yeah. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cry, but I am absolutely a vet. I was stationed in Dexter, Arkansas, with the Guard unit there. So, yes. Well, be mad. Yeah, I love hip hop. The thing about hip hop though is you gotta have bars, bro. Okay, and I get into trouble. Here's the crazy thing with hip hop. I'm not an Eminem fan. And let me explain this. Do I respect him? Yes. I'll give him all of his roses, all of his props. The man has sold millions of records. He's an icon. Awesome. I don't connect to M's music. There's not a single thing M has ever said that made me think twice or look twice at him as saying something that was life-changing or important. Now, NF, who sounds just like M, I'll listen to him all day because NF saying some deep shit. KSR1, I listen to KSR1 because KSR1, even at almost 60 years old, still spits fire. Vinny Paz, Chris Webby, Locksmith, Roz Kaz, Chino XL, these cats. Roz Kaz has twin sons, has a new group, Coast Contra. They're amazing. Wu-Tang Clan. All of these dudes, they were spitting bars. They were saying something that made you want to listen to it. To me, M is just, it's like M is looking at a Dick and Jane book and he's just rhyming it. To me, M is just, Jed said red on a bed, blah, 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 blah. And he does it in a cadence and in a way that is so fast that people are like, oh, spoke so fast. Well, okay, awesome, cool. I mean, if you like I'm not gonna bust your balls over it, but 11 Bravo in North Carolina for 6 years, classified to a 91B in the Michigan Guard for 4 years in Grayling. Awesome, bro. Yeah, bro. Like I was a truck driver. That's all I was. I never saw any great action. I hauled water buffaloes around. For the most part, that's really what I did is I hauled water buffaloes around. I hauled equipment, you know. Um, hey, the National Guard is setting up at the state fair. We need we need the big virtual reality thing hauled over there. Okay, cool. We got it. You know, we're training exercise, all the infantry guys, all of those guys would go out in the field. And what did we do? We hauled all the water buffaloes out there, and so they had water, and we hauled the sewage shit tankers back, and we hauled the kitchen shit out there. So I am a vet, but I've never claimed any benefits. I don't go to the VA. I don't at the end of the day, bro, to me it's kind of I don't really need the benefits per se that much. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't need them the way others would need them. I never went to war. I didn't really see any major action. I never stressed my body to the point where it required me to clog the system, I guess, and take that spot away from somebody else. So I've always just kind of been like, okay, it's cool. Yeah, I am a veteran, but I don't talk about it that much because I didn't really do that much. Like honestly, I sat around 90% of the time and didn't do jack shit. Like it just, I had such an easy job. I had such an easy designation that it was almost like not having it was almost like not having a job, really. I mean, so I was thankful for that. I really am. Like at the end of the day, the hardest thing I did my entire time was basic training. It was really the most difficult thing. I did basic training at Fort Knox, which sucked because I left for basic training at the end of January. So it was colder than fuck. But then by the time I got through reception and classification and that kind of bullshit and got downrange, it had started warming up. And by the time we were finished, it was hotter than fuck. So, we were, when we went to bivouac, it was like fucking 95 degrees the whole goddamn time. And it sucked balls because Tennessee crawling around in the fucking mud in 95-degree weather, it's hotter than balls. There's no whatever, but that was really the hardest thing I did. Other than that, we sat around an air-conditioned building and waited for them to call us. Hey, we need something moved. All right, we'll be there in a few. Jump in the truck and away we go. So I mean, we were kind of like, it was really such an easy job, bro. Like, you know, like I went through harder training in truck driving school than I did in AIT. It was crazy, kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, if you've ever, I mean, you know what you go through in basic training, you know what you go through in AIT. You got to follow the rules. You got drill sergeants, drill commanders, captains, lieutenants, all of them that are going to jerk you around and jerk your chain and try to fuck with you. Cool. I mean, that's all part of the gig. But once I left Fort Knox, I went to Fort Leonard Wood, Fort Lost in the Woods. That was where the 88 mics were. And we did our training at Fort Leonard Wood. Now, if you've ever been to Fort Leonard Wood, you know that it's dozens and dozens of, well, I don't want to say dozens, it's hundreds of miles of just fucking wood and swamp in the middle of fucking nowhere. Benning was hell in the summer. When I reclassed, I was sent to Lee. Okay. Never been to Fort Lee. I have been to Fort Benning. My very good friend David was a drill instructor at Fort Benning, and I actually just retired out of Fort Benning after 26 years. I think it was 24 years, something like that. David is very old school. David was kind of forced out because David does not fit in the modern army. David went through basic with me during a time when they could still call you names. They could still kick your ass. They could still fuck you up in a way that they are simply not allowed to do today. So after so many years of infantry at Fort Campbell, and then went to Colorado, he went to a bunch of other places. He was a recruiter up in New York. And then at the very end, they said, you know, we want you to be a drill instructor. So David said, okay, I'll be a drill instructor. So he went to drill school and found out very quickly during drill school that this is bullshit. Like in his own words, he's like, this is bullshit. He's like, I'm not allowed to do any of this stuff that was done to me during our training. And we were just kind of like, well, is what it is. So he did that hitch, and at the end of it, they said, are you going to re-enlist to be a drill sergeant again? And David was like, I'm out, bro. Like, I've done my time, moving on. Wow. Yeah, Fort Knox was a shithole when I was there, bro. Like, Fort Knox sucked balls. Dirty, nasty, unorganized. In the words of Gunnery Sergeant Hartman, a bunch of dirty, unorganized, grabastic pieces of amphibian shit was about the epitome of what we went through at fucking Fort Knox, bro. Fort Knox sucked balls. The mess halls were dirty. Nothing was convenient. It sucked. Okay, I mean, there was just, you know, fucking, when we hit base, we rolled in probably about 11:45 at night on a bus, and the bus hadn't even stopped moving, and drill sergeants were dogpiling onto the bus, climbing over seats, screaming at people to get off the bus, but they were blocking the aisle so you couldn't get around them. So people were like crawling over the seats to get around them. And then as we were like crawling over the seats trying to get around the drill sergeants, somebody touched one of the drill sergeants, so they freaked out. Private, did you just fucking touch me? Just losing their shit. And we're standing out there like almost at midnight, and they're just fucking kicking our asses, man. And it was bullshit. Like, it was like, it is too late at night for this bullshit. Flew all over the goddamn country, because, you're going to send us a direct route? No. Fucking go from St. Louis to Dallas to Atlanta to fucking somewhere in Kentucky. And then fucking after leaving at like 9 o'clock in the morning, we finally hit Kentucky at like 8 o'clock at night. And then we had to go to the USO to group up. And then at the USO, they put us on a fucking bus and then drove us from the fucking airport to Fort Knox, and it was just a total fucking clusterfuck. Army style. I mean, it's, so yeah, it was, whatever. Enough about that though. What else did I want to cover? New music, man. What new music do we have? Let me bring my little folder up here because, I have new music from Andy McCoy. If you don't know who Andy is, Andy was a guitar player for Hanoi Rocks. I have new music from Blind Channel. I have new music from Capadonna, who is part of Wu-Tang. I have new music from a band called Circus of Dead Squirrels. If you don't know who Circus of Dead Squirrels are, absolutely hilarious, crazy band. We have new music from Crematory. We have brand new music from Loudness. New music from Hatred, music from Goldfinger, Gathering of the Kings. We have new music from Miss Crazy, Motionless in White, New Ends, Nine Shrines, Rusty Jukes, Scandroid, Screeching Weasel has a new one out. Suicide Queen, Sutter Kane, the Dolly Rots, the Oklahoma Kid, which is actually a metal band, not a country band like you would think. Veer Union, Traitor, which is a phenomenal new thrash band out of Germany. Zenith Volt has new music. Wicked Smile has new music. Unwritten Law has new music. Blue October has new music coming out soon. 49 Winchester, which is a phenomenal country band in the vein of Cross Canadian Ragweed. Probably hear from them. New music from Beth Hart, Bomber, Comeback Kid, Chrisix, Edge of Forever, Extinction AD, Evergrey, Fozzy, Jeff Scott Soto, new solo James LeBry from Dream Theater, new shit from Kardashev. Kardashev are fucking phenomenal. Kiss of the Viper, Lawnmower Death has a new one. Municipal Waste has a new one. Necrogoblicon, Patty and the Rats, Rise of Division, Sirius Black. Shinedown has a new one. Not really impressed by the new Shinedown all that much, though. Amsterdam Red Light District is a new band that is fucking phenomenal. So, Torrential Rain, Differentiate, New metalcore band from Germany. I'll have to write that down because a lot of the bands that I was just talking about, Amsterdam Red Light District is German. Rise of Division is from Canada. But From Fall to Spring is German, kind of new metal ish. What's it called? Torrential Rain. Different. Yeah, Fozzy is. I'm a huge fan of Rich Ward. Funny story with that. My friend Brian used to be in a band called Keychain. This band, and yeah, just so you know, I keep my dog tags kind of hung up right here. So, Brian was in a band called Keychain, and they were touring, and it was right around the time that Rich with Stuck Mojo came out with the last record, Here Come the Infidels record. And yeah. So when Rich came out with Stuck Mojo, they had the new singer, Robbie J. Fonts. Robbie was fucking phenomenal. Brand and them guys were having a problem with their singer. And Brand was like, we're going to have to break up Keychain and start over. And I was like, dude, I swear to God, coming home one night, they were staying at our house. And I said, you know, I said, when you start over, get this kid as your new singer. You know, he's from Canada, from Quebec, where you guys are from. You know, he's on the new Stuck Mojo record and blah, blah, blah. And I played him the record, and Brandon was like, oh, he's pretty impressive and all that. So didn't think nothing of it. Keychain broke up. Brand said, we're going to start over, you know, all of this. So they started over, and okay, hold on one second. Let me give her the so they start over and say, okay, the band now is going to be called Six Sense, SICKSENSE. Awesome. Hey, here's the new single, dude. Check it out. You see the reaction video if you go back in my thing. Soon as it kicks off, the first thing I notice is like, holy fucking shit. This asshole went out and got fucking Robbie from Stuck Mojo as the singer of Six Sense. So I was like, dude, I did that. Well, not only did Robbie come, Robbie is married to Vicky Sarakis from The Agonist. So he brought Vicky in as well. So Brand ended up, you know, by way of me introducing him to the Stuck Mojo record, finding Robbie, and they worked out, and now they have this killer new band called Six Sense. So, yeah, so there's my baby. Audrey. So, yes. So, Mr. Aaron, please meet Audrey. She is a very good friend, and her granny passed last night. So, you know, kind of keep her in your prayers and all of that. We losing people like that is always such a hard thing. But yeah. So, but yes, Vicky is she is so cool. Um, oh, really? Um, I did not. Well, I'm really gonna have to find Solaris then, um, because yeah, Robbie and Vicky are good friends. I've actually interviewed them on my podcast, both as well as Bran. So yeah, check out Sixth Sense, man. Like um, it's who done. I'm not done. I'm never done. I'm the Energizer Bunny. I keep going and going. No. um, like I will definitely get to Solaris, and I will get to this Hawks. I will do more warning. I will do. Um, can you not? Can you not see me, Audrey? Or mm-mm. Let me see. Hold on. Hopefully, you should be able to. Oh, there's no live. Wait a minute. Why do I have no people in here? What do you mean I don't have access to it? Dance with Tragedy. I will. Um, I will check them out, man. Because okay, cool. Not sure why Audrey can't see me. Um, mm, um, she the the funny thing is with Audrey, I'm gonna probably get in trouble for saying all this. Um, I knew her before I knew my ex-wife, and always had a huge crush on Audrey. And she was dating someone, and then I met my ex-wife, and then she broke up and whatnot and whatnot. And yeah, one thing led to another, and now, we're kind of not really dating, but I'm hopeful. So after the horrific divorce I went through, um, no, she's actually from Texas. Um, but if I have my way, yes, she will be a fellow Michigander. I am slowly but surely trying to convince her that she should be a fellow Michigander, so to speak. Um, Nothing official, we're not to that point yet. But if I have my way, then yes, she will be a fellow Michigander at some future point. Um, so I guess we'll just, um, I guess we'll leave it at that. So I don't want to get into trouble and have her like jumping through the phone at me like, um, but yeah, like she is, she's been there kind of from the beginning, really. When I started this whole journey, like we actually met on a website called Bloop Diary that my friend Steve created, and it was like a journal. If you remember, like Live Journal, it was a site kind of like that, and um, I used to write really random, insane shit on there, and you know, it was where the concept for the radio show come from. It was where Thrasherpiece Theater started. It was where the menial mumblings of a maniacal madman started. It was where um, give a monkey a brain and he'll think he's the center of the universe came from. Um, it was one of them things, and we've just been friends for a really long time. And um, yeah, I love her to death, man. She is one of them people that I look forward to always speaking to. I look forward to her messages every day. And, um, there ain't a lot of shit in life that makes me happy all the time. And as I've said before, kind of having a brain injury kind of blows because you go through these horrific mood swings. And um, she's one of the constants. She's one of the things that um, it's John Cena. Oh man, I need like a little soundboard with like sound effects for this. Is what I need. So um, I can like play random sound bites. But so yeah, I don't know, man. It's just I have big plans for the future. I really hope that this lady here is part of those plans, and I will be forever grateful to the universe for that. Um, my trusty um, Whiskey Dust, female Japanese band, more bluesy classic accent. Ooh, okay. For some reason, Whiskey Dust. I know that name. I think I want to say they came up in a search the other day that I did for something. Um, and I think they came up, and I never looked at them, but I'm pretty sure that Frankenstrat, nice. Um, I would definitely check them out for sure. Have you seen the new Loudness video? The new Loudness video is crazy, man. Um, there's something about Akira, man, that Michigander. Man, if you think Michigander is a long, uh, drawn out word, wait do you have to say things like Charlevoix and Petoskey and All Sable and Sault Ste. Marie and none of those words will be spelled the way that you think they're spelled. Um, um, Aaron can attest to this. Um, please feel free to try to spell Charlevoix. Please feel free to try to spell Roscommon. Feel free to try to spell uh, Marquette or Sault Ste. Marie or any of the other 487 town names in Michigan that are spelled absolutely nothing like what they sound. Fort Michilimackinac, yeah. Exactly. Mackinac, which is, you know, uh, Mackinac is actually, it's pronounced Mackinac, but spelled Mackinac. Um, is it's a Yankee thing, I guess, but it's called Michilimackinac or Misha. Blah, blah, blah. I can't even say it right. Michilimackinac is how you say it. Um, or Misha Mackinac. It's actually not a military base anymore. It used to be a military base during the Revolutionary War. Um, it is a historical site. Um, yeah, Native American land, Pontiac, Belle Isle, Grosse Isle. Um, there are so many towns. Like I can't wait to get her up here. Um, the one thing that I look forward to more than anything, I look forward to dragging her to Frankenmuth, to Bronner's, to the Bavarian Inn, to Tony's, to the outlet malls there, um, Sleeping Bear Dunes, to Ludington, to go boating, um, to all of the lighthouses up around Honor and Travis City and all of that stuff. I look forward to doing all of that stuff, man. And it's just I look forward to it. She is that type of girl. So um yeah. Um but we're gonna drag her all over and um so but I will check out Solaris, I will check out Whiskey Dust, I will check out Torrential Rain, Hawks. There's more Galnarius coming. There's more warning coming. I promise. I actually have the next video in mind for that. So we're going to do that. Um, we're going to do a few. I have another band too. Like I said, I have a band that I have not introduced you guys to them yet. But I said the name of them when I was reading the list. And when I do the video, it is going to be one of them videos that you're just going to sit back and after the video, you're just going to, what the fuck did I just watch? Like, what just happened? They're kind of like the American version of Maximum No Hormone, I guess is the best way to describe them. So, um, yes, Roscommon, yes, Marquette, Mexia, um, yes, I know Texas has a bunch of like Tejano music and all of that. And see, that's the thing. Like Texas and Michigan really are not as different as people think in a lot of ways. Both states are rugged as hell. Both states are filled with gun nuts and crazy people. Both states are essentially dominated by liberals in the big cities, and then the country folks are hardworking, blue collar, leave me the fuck alone type people. Um, both states have amazing lakes and rivers available, fishing, hunting, all of that. Um, there's a lot of things that are common between the two states that people don't think about. And good food, good music. Um, so really not as far apart as people think. And not to get into politics, but um, hopefully in this next governor's race, we can get this crazy bitch out of our governor thing and get back to some normalcy. Because I try not to get into politics, but man, Whitmer is just she has got some shit backwards in this place, man. So, oh, mija. Wait a minute. Aaron, Mexia, mija, mija. Dude, Whitmer needs to go, like, And I'm going to let you know, bro, now that Tudor is running against her, that is going to be a fucking bloodbath. Those two legitimately hate each other in real life. They're the fucking opposite sides of the same coin. Like, Tudor is literally the Republican version of Whitmer. Okay. They're both fucking crazy. They're both vindictive. They're both meaner than a rattlesnake. Those two are going to go at each other in a way that we have not seen. I'm looking forward to it because it's going to be funny. Like, they are just going to fucking, it is going to be like putting two cats in a goddamn bag and tying the bag together. Okay. Like, it is going to get nasty. It's, Pflugerville. I know that one. I only know that one because I had to drive through there a few times in my truck, and unfortunately had to stop there. And yeah, we won't get into that story. Not a place I want to go back to. So, is Tudor good? Tudor is one of our candidates for governor. Her name is Tudor Dixon. She's a beast. She is extremely outspoken. She is all about education and her kids and traditional values. And she is going against a woman who is Satan in a female form. And doesn't give a shit about education, doesn't give a shit about kids. She doesn't give a shit about anything but herself. And it is going to get ugly, and I'm going to love it because I try not to get into politics on this, but Whitmer just really is she's not likable in any way, shape, or form, man. She just, and I've said once and I'll say it again. The only reason Whitmer won last time is because the weed initiative was on that ballot and all of the fucking smokers and the weed people came out to vote. And if it wouldn't have been for them, she would have never won. Not that her opponent was any better, because her opponent was just as unforgiving and a godless heathen as much as she was. But she's absolutely the lesser of two evils. Yeah. Weather is wild. Texas weather is wild, but the thing about Michigan weather, you know what they say. Michigan weather, if you don't like it, wait 15 minutes. It'll change. So Michigan is one of the only places where you can wake up in the morning and have to wear a coat, and then by lunchtime you're wearing shorts, and then by dinner time you are back to snow pants and a coat. Like it's um, Michigan is the only place where I've literally seen it be 75 and snow in the same day. Um, like Michigan has insane weather, but for those of us that grew up here, like if you were around for the blizzard of 78 in Michigan, then you understand. We just deal with it and we go on. Um, we deal with um, lake effect. We deal with, um, and what lake effect is essentially because we are surrounded by Great Lakes. When it snows, the snow is a particular nasty form of wet, sloppy snow that is thick and mushy and is, as you drive over it, it compacts on the road. So you get this nice icy layer on the top of the road, but you don't see it because the rest of it is sitting on top of it. So as you're driving through it, you're kind of like, oh, it's wet and slushy and nasty. And then you go to hit your brakes and you got that nice slick coat underneath all the slush. And if you're unfamiliar with driving in it, your car goes. So, yeah, Michigan weather is not for the faint of hearts. Um, you better know how to drive because we are an unforgiving bunch of heathens here when it comes to driving. So, um, we are absolutely the lead follower, get the fuck out of the way type of people. Um, we don't wait around. We get where we got to go, man. And so let's see, check your messages. Um, I literally drove from Traverse City to KZoo in March. On the way down, it rained and hailed and was 75. Coming back, it sleeted. And when I got to Big Rapids, it was snowing so hard I had to stop under an overpass. Yeah, exactly. It's one of them things, man, where hold on.
What it says is Mexia, but how you say it is Mahia.
Mahia.
And the other one I posted is Pflugerville.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Mexia, it looks like Mexia, Mahia. It's like saying you're in Mahar, but Mahia, and then Pflugerville. So there's a lot here you don't know. I can teach you.
I love her. I knew Pflugerville because Pflugerville, there was an incident in Pflugerville when I was a trucker. I did not stab anybody, but I came pretty fucking close. So there was an instance where somebody thought they were going to get the drop on me and found out that just because I couldn't carry a gun as a trucker doesn't mean I couldn't carry other things. And I found out real fucking quick that I'm stabby pokey when my life was on the line. So they decided that, you know what, maybe I better run because stabby pokey CJ was going to fuck me up. So, so, yeah, like she has such an awesome voice. Like I love her voice. Like it kind of reminds me of Betty Boop in a way, but in a good way. Like not in the silly way. Like, I don't know. I love her to death, bro. So, that's my baby. I'm not ashamed to say it. I know we can't make it all official and everything right now and go on all these social media sites and say blah, 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 blah. And that's okay. But in my heart, that's my baby. That's my singular sole focus. So, yeah, I do get in food fights. I the funny thing is yeah, this is why I don't go out much. This is why I do this, man, because if I go places, I get into trouble. Like again, the bad part of having a brain injury, the bad part of having no impulse control is I go from 0 to stupid real fucking quick. So if you leave me the fuck alone, I'm okay. Problem is, there's always got to be that one Karen. There's always got to be that one Kyle who pushes your buttons, who doesn't know what personal space is, who has to fuck with you in some kind of way. And I'm not the guy that walks away. I'm not the guy that just lets it go. I'm the guy that always has a sarcastic comment. I'm the guy who always has to reply back. As I've told everybody, I may not get the last, or I may not get the first word, but I'll guarantee you I'm going to have the last word. And that usually is me saying something that leaves people so dumbfounded that they don't reply back because they don't know what to say. For example, the one time the woman was, shoving her cart up my ass, basically. I have this thing, it's a pet peeve of mine. When I'm going through the line, whether it's at Walmart, whether it's at Meijer, whether it's at Kroger, we grew up with this thing with my grandfather. Arm lengths. If I can reach out and touch you, you're too close. So when I'm standing in line, I do this. And if the person in front of me is closer than my arm thing, then I back up. And I expect the person behind me the same way. Well, the one time, the bitch behind me, she was just basically bumping me with her cart. And, and I turn around and I told her, I said, ma'am, could you back up? You're too close. I'm in a hurry. I said, you're in a hurry. She goes, yes, I'm in a hurry. I told her, yeah, well, you're fat and ugly too, but you're not going anywhere fucking any sooner than you're going, because I'm not fucking moving until I decide to move. She just looked at me like, and she's like, well, I never. And I was like, yeah, well, she's not gonna this time either, so I don't give a shit. Like I'm that dude. Like I really am that dude. Like whatever, I don't give a shit about people's feelings and about whatever. Just fuck people. Like, like, it's kind of like growing up as a son of a truck driver and then being a truck driver. All these jokes, and it's kind of like the joke about the woman who goes in to Walmart and the greeter says, oh, are your kids twins? And the woman goes, well, they look nothing alike. Why would you think they were twins? The greeter said, well, you're so goddamn ugly, I didn't think anyone would actually fuck you twice. So, it's those kinds of situations, man. Like, I always get them. Like, I always tell people I'm a moron magnet. I will walk into any store, and if there's a fucking moron in that store, they will find me before I hit the exit. And I'm not the guy that you want that type of person around. It's why I don't try not to go any place that I don't have to necessarily go. And then when I do, I try to be in and out as quickly as possible. But I love you too, bro. I've actually got to get off here as well. So Audrey, I will talk to you in a minute. Aaron, you have an amazing day. I will get these videos done this weekend. With all that said, you know what? We're going to wrap this up because I rambled on way longer than I expected to. But like I said, podcast stuff, we're going to rebrand it. Radio show coming. I think Tuesday, I'm going to do another live. We're going to have all the names hammered out, intros and all of that. So we'll do a big reveal either Tuesday or next Friday. But with all that said, you know where we're at.